So you're thinking about buying the Sony ZV-1, the legendary vlogging camera that everyone tells you is the perfect choice. You've seen the incredible, crisp videos, the beautiful background blur, and the rave reviews. But here's what surprised me after using this camera for months. It's not the flawless creator tool it's marketed to be, and I've hit some frustrating walls that nobody talks about. Therefore, before you drop nearly $800, you need to hear this honest breakdown of the real-world problems. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's get into it. The brilliant blinding hype. First, let's acknowledge why this camera is so popular, because the specs are genuinely impressive. That 20.1 MP 1-inch sensor is huge for a compact camera, capturing stunning detail and allowing that gorgeous, creamy background bokeh at the touch of a button. The side flip-out screen is a game-changer for framing your shots, and it's a full touchscreen. The autofocus is witchcraft. Seriously, the real-time IAF and product showcase mode make focusing look effortless. But here's the first major twist. That legendary autofocus can sometimes feel too smart for its own good. Problem 1. The autofocus is a stage 5 clinger asterisk. The camera locks onto an eye like it's found its soulmate and refuses to let go. This is great until you want to creatively rack focus to something else in the scene. Even if you tap the screen, it often stubbornly snaps right back to your face. The product showcase mode is supposed to solve this, but it can be finicky and slow to transition in dynamic situations. Therefore, if you're doing anything more complex than a straightforward talking head shot, you might find yourself wrestling with a camera that thinks it knows what you want better than you do. It's like having a cinematographer who insists you're always the star, even when you're trying to show off your new coffee mug, which, let's be honest, is the real star sometimes. Problem 2. The battery life that vanishes. This is the big one. Sony claims you can get around 45 minutes of continuous recording. In reality, if you're using the screen, autofocus, and maybe image stabilization, you're looking at maybe 30 minutes on a good day. It's a power-hungry little device. Therefore, buying this camera means immediately investing in a spare battery or two, and probably an external power bank. You cannot be a serious vlogger with just the one battery it comes with. You'd have more recording time using a potato. Planning a full day of shooting, you'll need a small backpack just for batteries. This fundamental issue forces you into a whole ecosystem of accessories right out of the gate. Problem 3. The overheating conundrum. This ties directly to the battery. The Sony ZV-1 can get warm, and in warmer environments, it will throw a temperature warning and shut down. Trying to record a long tutorial, a live event, or even just multiple long takes in a row, you might be interrupted by a friendly little icon suggesting you take a break. It's the camera equivalent of your mom telling you to go outside and play. But you're an adult, you're working. Therefore, for anything beyond short clips, this limitation is a genuine workflow killer. It's designed for the YouTube take, not for the documentary filmmaker. Problem 4. The audio illusion. They market the onboard mic with its detachable windscreen as great sound in one take. And it is, for what it is. It's decent in a quiet, controlled room. However, step outside into any wind or into a slightly noisy environment, and it becomes painfully clear this is still a tiny camera microphone. The 3.5mm jack is a lifesaver, but its placement right next to the screen hinge means some larger microphone connectors might not fit properly. So you'll need a specific, skinny jack or an adapter. It's like they designed it for audio, then forgot where they put the hole for the plug. Therefore, plan to budget for an external mic immediately. The built-in one is a backup, not a primary tool. Problem 5. The tricky handling asterisk. It's small and light, which is great for portability. But that also means there's not much to grip. If you have larger hands, it can feel precarious. There's no substantial front grip or thumb rest built into the body. The record button is awkwardly small and placed, so you'll likely end up buying a cage or a grip to make it feel secure and add mounting points. See the pattern. The base price is just the entry fee. This camera is the IKEA furniture of the vlogging world. It looks complete, but you quickly realize you need to buy all the little Allen keys and brackets separately. Problem 6. The still photo compromise asterisk. This is a camera, so you'd think it takes great photos, right? It can, but it's clearly an afterthought. There's no viewfinder, just the screen. The shutter button feels like an apology. It's purely designed for video-first creators. If you want a hybrid device for serious photography and vlogging, this isn't it. It's a specialist, and its specialty is moving images. Trying to use it as your main photo camera is like using a race car to go grocery shopping. Possible, but deeply impractical, and you'll get some weird looks. The balancing act. Is it still worth it? After all that, you might think I'm telling you to run for the hills. But here's the contrarian snapback. For its specific niche, the Sony ZV-1 is still arguably the best in the world. Therefore, let's talk about who this camera is an absolute yes for. The perfect user asterisk. This camera is perfect for the creator who needs the highest possible video quality in the smallest possible package, and whose workflow is built around short, dynamic clips. Think Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or standard talking head videos shot in controlled bursts. The image quality straight out of this camera, especially with the optimized skin tones and crisp 4K, is stunning and beats any smartphone. The background defocus button is pure magic for making you look professional instantly. The flippy screen is perfect. For that quick, high-quality, grab-and-go content, it's phenomenal. The resolution. A toolkit, not a toy asterisk. Think of the ZV-1 not as a complete solution, but as the brilliant, sharp, beautiful core of a system. You must accept the additional costs. Spare batteries, an external microphone, maybe a small grip or cage, and a large memory card. Factor that into your $798 price tag. But if you do, what you get is a video-making powerhouse that fits in your jacket pocket. The image stabilization is great for walking shots. The color profiles like HLG and S-Log give you massive flexibility in editing. And the autofocus, while sometimes clingy, is still light years ahead of most competitors. Ultimately, my goal with this honest review isn't to scare you away, but to prepare you. The Sony ZV-1 is a fantastic tool, but it's a tool with very specific requirements and quirks. If your needs align with its strengths, ultra-portable, high-quality short-form video, and you're willing to build a small accessory ecosystem around it, you will be ridiculously happy. The problems are real, but they are manageable when you see them coming. For everyone else, you might want to look at a more traditional camera body. But for the right creator, this little camera remains a secret weapon for looking incredibly professional, very fast. So don't buy the Sony ZV-1 if you expect a perfect, out-of-the-box experience with infinite battery. But do buy the Sony ZV-1 if you understand its limits and are ready to unlock its phenomenal potential. Ready to make that leap? For the best price available right now on Amazon, click the link in the description below.